They click through speech on that for the court order to hearing back down the Senate.
Court is calling 2018 CR 0858 State versus Christopher Lamir. Can I have parties announce?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Looks good for the defense.
And are you Christopher Lamir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense, you're requesting a bond, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the defendant is on deferred adjudication. He's entitled to a bond. Has there been an agreement that is reached on a bond amount?
I don't think we have an agreement. State has a recommendation and I believe defense has a recommendation as well.
All right, state, what are you recommending?
$40,000 bond, Your Honor, no contact, as well with victims associated with the new charges.
All right, in defense, what are you requesting?
After talking with my client, he is appointed, he is unemployed. I'm asking for a PR bond.
All right, so the court is not allowed to grant a PR bond based upon the nature of this case. So I'll take testimony with regards to a bond amount.
In that case, we will agree with the state to 40,000.
All right, well, I'll still need some information from your client. And this has 290th District Court on the order. This is what I have attached.
Oh. That was my fault.
No problem. All right. Sir, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Christopher Lamir,
And how long have you been in custody?
going on 3 months.
All right, so counsel, what I can tell you is because he's on probation, the court is aware of the mental health issues.
Yes, Your Honor.
So my concern is if he makes bond, where would he be placed?
His mother is here.
We've done that before
Okay.
and I believe, let me check.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking it as true, but are the complainants in this case, is that his mother or someone?
No, he was living at a halfway house.
They were roommates, Your Honor.
Oh,
But,
that's okay, it happens.
I had my intern do it and I had not reviewed
That's
it.
okay.
I know.
So when will you all be ready for a contested hearing? Is this going to be contested? Out the paper.
Yes.
Ms. Abrams?
Judge, we are asking for just a little bit more time than just a regular contested hearing. We would like to make connections with the behavioral health manager to see about getting some evaluations complete.
And I had put in a request for the manager assigned counsel's mental health department to speak with and work with my client just a week or two ago.
All right, so let's go off the record for a moment. Defense, are you withdrawing your request for a bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so that will be withdrawn. And when, if you all can discuss with Ms. Abrams, when we can bring this back so that we can figure out a plan. All right, so we'll be back in 30 days and that way they'll come up with a plan. All right, Mr. Lemire?
Yes, Judge Wood.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset. All right, so we'll be back on August 21st, and between now and then, probation, the state, and your council will be trying to work out a plan. My understanding from the state and probation, they're not looking to revoke you and send you to prison, but there has to be a placement for you. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you back on August 21st.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.